The SNP has admitted it might not be economically viable to continue energy projects under a proposed pricing mechanism threatening Scottish-based companies, and it comes right after Nicola Sturgeon unveiled her new independence plan this week. A proposed reform to the wholesale electricity market is being explored by National Grid and Ofgem, which aims to access the low cost of renewable energy for the locations where it is produced. At present, the price of electricity is set by the highest costing fuel, gas, and most locations pay more or less the same price regardless of how much energy is being produced in that region. As Scotland has the largest renewable capacity in the whole of the UK, it could appear as though this system would benefit bill payers and companies based in the nation. But Alan Brown, the SNP's spokesman for transport, infrastructure and energy, has said the move could backfire. He explained to Express.co.uk, at present, it is uncertain what the overall impact of a locational marginal pricing system would be. We all welcome any avenues that reduce cost, but this model could actually put investment in renewable energy in Scotland at risk. His comments come in response to an analysis of the model from expert Dr. Simon Cran-McGrean, head of analysis at the Energy and Climate Intelligence Unit. He explained to Express.co.uk, under locational marginal pricing, on occasions, when there is a real imbalance between too much generation and not enough demand, you provide signals so that customers have an incentive to use extra. That could be mainly industrial customers, but also households. There is increasingly the opportunity for smart meters and smart appliances to use electricity more when it's cheaper and more available. That could be overnight when there is lower demand or when it's windier. Taken to its extreme, if you had such strong signals and lots of cheap wind in Scotland and not enough capacity to get into England, you could see some industries relocating or setting up from Scotland in preference to England. But Mr. Brown warned that locational marginal pricing may in fact have the opposite effect. He explained, if generators are deemed to be creating too much energy and getting paid way less, then it might not be economically viable to continue with projects. That is clearly self-defeating. He later added, Scotland is currently prejudiced by having the highest grid charges in Europe imposed on generators. It seems unfair to potentially move to a system that means generators get much reduced rates for their energy generation than elsewhere in the UK. Clearly, this will further drive investment away from Scottish projects. These aspects alone show how an independent Scotland can make better decisions on how the energy infrastructure can be better managed to have a system truly designed to meet net zero and incentivize renewable energy generation where it is best placed for maximum efficiency. If there is less incentive for investment in Scottish projects, it could therefore be implied that instead of English companies moving to the region, Scottish-based companies may seek to move to locations where investment is incentivized. I worked for a company in 2014 which told all of its Scottish-based workers that if Sturgeon got her way we would be closed down and they would move everything to their base in England, and when I phoned other companies from the same sector I got the same answer about them. This is all about Sturgeon and Sturgeon getting what she wants, not about what Scotland needs. She has fueled the anti-Westminster, anti-UK hatred, and bad sentiment in Scotland, and if you are stupid enough to think she is going to do something, just think about what Sturgeon and the SNP have really done for Scotland in 15 years. Free prescriptions and bus travel, the Nats will say, but that isn't free as it is the taxpayer funds it. We have had 15 years of failure to endure from the SNP. What happened to abolish council tax? Where are the free bikes? Where are the free laptops? Education standards are falling in our schools, and the SNP are using SNP-biased teaching materials in our schools to try to indoctrinate our kids, much as Hitler did with the Hitler Youth in the 30s. The SNP is secretive, the SNP is self-protecting, and the SNP are dangerous, devious, vile, and incredibly incompetent. Sturgeon wants to rejoin the EU so she can flood Scotland with EU workers, but first, she would need to get companies to invest in Scotland, and it would also mean Scotland slowly losing its identity and becoming EU too. Who wants that?